Do you want to charge $5,000, $10,000, or even $25,000 for what you do? Well, the cool thing is you don't need to be famous and you don't need to have a huge audience. All you need is a system. In this video, I'm going to show you guys 5 easy moves to create a high ticket offer. By the way, my name is Austin Ford and I've helped create over 300 high ticket offers, and some of my private clients have paid me over $30,000 to help them design these types of offers. And if you want the most proven system for creating high ticket offers that command premium prices in just 60 minutes without getting stuck in delivery, all the content overwhelmed, then just go to atomicoffers.com. So here's my 5-step system for creating high ticket offers. Step number 1 is what I call the payoff. Basically what you want to do is you want to clearly communicate and define the ultimate transformation that you're giving a customer. So basically this is super easy. All you want to do is show them where you're taking them from. This is the hell, the pain, the frustration that they're in. You're solving one big problem and you're showing them how you can take them out of that problem and achieve a big payoff. All right, so that's step number 1, is to clearly identify what is the payoff that we're helping them achieve. See, too many people think like when it comes to creating a high ticket offer, it's all about what's in the offer that makes it valuable. And that's not true. They think like if I stuff it with more modules or more bonuses, or if I add more additional coaching calls, or if I make it a year long, it's going to increase the value of my program. Well, selling high ticket is not about just overcharging and adding all these things to your program. It's about high value exchange. It's about helping people achieve a 10x result, a big payoff. Right? So that's what we need to clearly identify. Everything that you say and communicate to a person in marketing and sales has to point to the payoff that they feel and believe is more valuable than the money they're exchanging, okay? So that is step number 1, is the payoff. After you've clearly identified the payoff, the second step is what's called the process. Now, the process is basically what are the 3 to 5 key moves that you need to take this customer through in order for them to get that result. When you create a map like this and you show this to a customer, it, number 1, shows them that you know your stuff. It builds trust by eliminating confusion. A confused buyer never buys, and it makes the transformation feel achievable because you've broken it down into simple steps, okay? You're no longer just another coach, you're the person with a system that gets a result. The third step to creating a high ticket offer is to price your offer, all right? So we have to identify what is the price that people are willing to pay to get this end result. And remember, Myron once said that like people don't pay you because it's worth the money, they pay you because it's worth more than the money. So remember, we're giving a 10x value exchange, all right? So the one question that I want you to think about is, what is it costing them to stay stuck here inside of hell? Once you've identified the true cost of staying in hell, you can price your offer based on a 10x value exchange. So again, what is it costing them to stay here in hell? And this would be the price. So step number 4 is what I call the position. This is where we're actually going to name your offer, all right? How many of you guys have ever heard that the transformation happens in the transaction? Like, why do people pay $10,000 for a Rolex when a $50 watch can tell the same time? It's not about the watch. It's about who they become when they buy it, all right? So the same thing is true for your high ticket offer. Your clients aren't buying what they get, they're buying who they become when they buy your offer in the process, right? So the 4th step, again, is we need to figure out what is the positioning of your offer, and this is going to be coming up with a good name around your offer. Think about future pacing positioning like Russell Brunson, right? Russell Brunson sells like 2 Comma Club X. He sells Category Kings. Those are all transformational names, right? So you could have a program, maybe it's called Sold Out Courses, or maybe you could have a program called $1 Million Workshop, or maybe you can have a program called Unstoppable Speaker, right? Just create a program and name it around the positioning of who they become once they give you the money. So step number 5 is finally the packaging. How do we take all this stuff and put it together into a high ticket offer? Literally everything that I've walked through right here, and if you buy the Atomic Offers Toolkit, I really break all this down at a very deep level. But basically I take all this information, and then what we do is we create a simple Google document, all right? And we take each part of this Google document, like the positioning, this is gonna become the name of your program. The 3 to 5 key moves that we are helping them achieve, this is gonna be part of some of the deliverables that you're going to deliver in your offer, right? The price, well, that goes on the bottom of your Google document, right? And then the ultimate transformation and the payoff, well, this is the through line for everything we are to build, all right? So this is how I create high ticket offers, and clients have paid me over $30,000 to actually walk them through this process. And you guys can get it today for only $8 by going to www.atomicoffers.com and getting it for just $8. So if you're ready to create or fix your high ticket offer in just 60 minutes, then go to atomicoffers.com and I'll see you on the next video.